I always wondered why Beerus didn't do this, since he would get tired of being under a child, so it's time to do What If Beerus Went Rogue. This timeline would diverge after the Tournament of Power. Beerus realized Zeno could erase him at any instant. He always knew this, but the fact that he did it so nonchalantly. And if Goku didn't pass the test, if 17 didn't make that wish, all of the universes would have been wiped out instantly. All of them gone completely, including him. Beerus knew this couldn't stand, so he had to get the Super Dragon Balls. However, he had to do it in a way that Whis wouldn't know. So he came up with a plan. Beerus would gather up all the money he had. People gave him money when he went to different planets. True, he didn't really use it, but he kept it as souvenirs. He would decide to hire some Black Web hunters from Universe 6 and 7, and even make a great radar for them to use. This would be to find the Super Dragon Balls and let him know when this is collected. He needs to get them as soon as possible. Until then, he would wait for a few days, waiting to get the Super Dragon Balls. Then when he got it, he would tell Whis he was going to take a nap. As Whis walked away like he normally did, Beerus pretended to sleep. Beerus waited for Whis to go off-world to get some of the treats, so then he could strike. Beerus quickly left. He needed to move as soon as possible. So, Beerus left with great speed as he flew out into space. He went to the Super Dragon Balls, as both of them were gathered on the edges of their respective universes. As he brought them together, he then summoned them. Pico Waku, Sigil Si, Peas and Carrots. As suddenly, the great Omega Shenron was summoned. As Beerus looked, he was hesitant to make his wish. He could wish for so much, but he decided to make this one. He wished that all divine energy or techniques don't affect them. This would include the Akai, Zeno's erase ability, Whis' key, and many others. As Omega Shenron granted his wish, he then felt the power course through his veins. As he did it, Beerus became immune. As he flew back to his planet, he would wait for Whis to come back. "My lord, you're up. What's wrong? Did you have a nightmare?" Beerus would say, "I'm sorry, Whis, I truly am. But I won't be needing you anymore." Whis would begin to look at Beerus confused. "What are you talking about, lord? You won't be needing me anymore?" Beerus said, "You're fired, Whis, from life." Whis would laugh and say, "You're joking," as suddenly Beerus would punch him. It wouldn't do much, but Whis would then punch Beerus, but it did nothing. Whis would say, "What? But that's supposed to knock you out." Beerus would say, "I wish to be unaffected by all divine techniques. That includes your ki and your punches. I may not damage you much, but I'll kill you eventually." Beerus then started hitting Whis over and over again. As Whis would then hit Beerus again and again, he would start to blast him with a ki blast, but it did nothing. Whis couldn't do anything as he tried to fight against Beerus. All of his attacks were null void. The battle lasted for days, as Whis started to get chipped away. Beerus was like water, and Whis was like a rock, as the water slowly carved into the rock, and slowly began to make its move, slowly damaging him over time. As Whis started to bleed more and more, weeks passed, and weeks turned into months. Eventually, Whis started to collapse to the floor, as he began to cough up blood. His lungs collapsed, his organs failing, as slowly after punch after punch after punch started to affect him. Whis looked up at Beerus and said, "Please don't do this, Lord. Please." Beerus said, "Shut up. For far too long I've been under the Omni King's thumb. It's time I get rid of him." As then he kicked Whis' head off. As they fell to the floor, Beerus said, "That was quite annoying. It would be more fun if I could actually do damage faster." Beerus then decided to go to a time chamber. As he went in, he started to train. As he trained like Frieza would, of course, he didn't really know Frieza was going to go out to train since this was after Tournament of Power. Beerus trained more and more as the years went on and on. He would train for 100 years straight with divine energy to unlock Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct and to use them together. Now he was ready to kill the Omni King. Now that he won't be a race, he has to get rid of his guards and the Grand Priest. Beerus thought maybe he should train for 1,000 years, but it's already been 100 days. If he stays in here too long, people will start to get suspicious. He has to strike now. He doesn't want all the gods of destruction and angels after him. This has to be a swift attack. He gets out and decides to go to Goku so he can teleport to the Omni King. As Beerus would show up to Goku, Goku would say, "Hey, Lord Beerus, how are you doing?" Beerus would say, "Goku, do you have the button to summon Zeno to you? Yeah, hit that, but make sure not to go to him. Bring him here." Goku would say, "I thought it was dangerous to..." Beerus would say, "Now!" Goku was a little shocked, but he got the button and brought it to him, and he says, "Are you sure?" Beerus would say, "Yes." Goku would sigh as suddenly he would hit the button. Zeno would appear to them. As he said, "Goku, how are you doing? Hey, Zenny, Beerus wants to see you." This time, Beerus wouldn't bow. He would just simply walk towards him. Zeno thought it was a bit off, but he was a little kid. Beerus said, "You want to play a game?" Zeno would say, "Yeah." This game is called Death. As suddenly, he would cut off Zeno's head. As he fell to the floor dead, Beerus would say, "I wish I got a cooler line." Goku said, What just happened?" "I killed him." "Soon his guards and the Grand Priest will be after me. So, if you want to see a fight, watch. But I suggest you leave, since this will get intense, and you don't want to be associated with me." Goku really wanted to watch this fight, but at the same time, he didn't want to endanger the planet Earth. So he grabbed Beerus and instant transmission off to another planet. Eventually, the Grand Priest and guards would show up. The Grand Priest would look down straight at Beerus. "You know what you just did? You killed the Omni King. You upset the balance of this entire universe. We're gonna have to kill you and all the other gods of destructions and start over and have a new Omni King." Beerus would say, "I had my doubts he was the first one. I've heard rumors about another one dying before. That's why he has guards. It must have been a long time ago. But I'm gonna stop the cycle. I'm gonna kill you all right here, right now, and stop everything that's going on." Beerus would charge the Grand Priest, but the guards would quickly knock him down, but he would get back up as he would fight the guards. But no matter what the guards did to him, no matter how hard they punched him, it did nothing to him. As he hit one of the guards, they bled a little bit, as Beerus did barely any damage to them, even after 100 years of straight training. However, with Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct combined, he was able to do a little bit of damage, bit by bit. As the Grand Guard started to bleed more and more and more, Goku would try to escape, but the Grand Priest would grab him and rip off his head. Beerus told him not to interfere, but Goku just didn't listen. As Goku fell to the floor dead, Beerus would continue to fight him. As weeks passed, it turned into months. Eventually, though, the guards would die. As the Grand Priest looked at him and said, "So you made a wish so our energy doesn't affect you? Huh, I am the second most powerful person in this entire multiverse. And yet, I cannot defeat you. You'll kill me over time, won't you, Beerus?" Beerus says, "Yes, yes I will." As the Grand Priest looked at him, he would begin to smirk and say, "Then why not end this cycle already? Why not just start all over again?" Beerus would look and say, "What do you mean by start all over again?" The Grand Priest would look at him and say, "I know a technique. It won't kill you since you're immune to divine techniques. However, this will definitely make things interesting, and it's what you deserve. Divine punishment for your crimes. You thought you can play everything into your hands? All you had to do was follow the rules, Beerus. True, you were lazy. True, you weren't even a good god of destruction, but you were good enough not to get erased. And in the system, you produced fighters that saved the multiverse. So you were actually going to get respected slowly, and if you did your job better, you could have improved. And I saw glimpses of improvement as you learned to rely on Goku and Vegeta. However, you threw all that away just for this damn dumb crusade." Beerus would say, "What's the point?" Suddenly, the Grand Priest would begin to shake as he got fatter and fatter and fatter as he said, "Goodbye, yippee-ki-yay, mother," as suddenly he blew up as a massive, huge, mega Big Bang hit, wiping out all the other universes except for Beerus. Everything was destroyed. As he floated out in an eternity of nothingness, he looked around. Slowly, a new universe would appear, and there was nothing but Beerus. It seemed like he would have to guide life. That Beerus was it. Beerus was the only thing that was left. And that's going to end things off. You might be asking, why the hell is it uploaded so early? This is not an optimal time to upload. And I know this, but I'm going on a trip to Florida. I'm not going to state where I live, but it's quite far away from there. So I'm in a car for quite a while. After all, I am coming down from Canada. Ooh, am I Canadian or did I lie? Am I American or am I fucking Mexican or some shit? If I was Mexico, it probably wouldn't take that long. Or maybe I have to go through a lot of southern states now that I think about it. I don't know. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all your friends, because this video is definitely going to need it. So share this with as many people as possible, because this video is not going to do well, because I'm going to upload it early as shit, like when I wake up. And I'm waking up pretty early, so yeah. See you all.